All right, we're on top of Morrow Mountain, North Carolina, here in their state park. It's a Sunday, about 10:30. We're looking down on Lake Tillery down there, Yadkin River, off to our left. Beautiful day up here. Parking lot starting to fill up. You can ride all the way to the top of Morrow Mountain. They have a viewing area up here, and the cars are coming in, and I can hear people starting to move about. Today we're going to take this little mountain loop trail. We're going to loop around this trail. Then we're going to come back and we're going to hike down the Morrow Mountain Trail to I think it's called the Sugarloaf Trail. And check those trails out and end up back here. Before we get started, I just want to come to the top of Morrow Mountain and show you the signs they have here. This is a site the Native Americans would have used to quarry rock for tools and knives and arrowheads, and it's a significant site, archaeological site. They also have a plaque to the man the park's named after. They call it the mother of all quarries. And you can look around now on the ground and probably see little shards of rock just like that. Not supposed to take anything from this mountain, so if you come up here, don't do that. I have a little viewing building over there. I'm not going to go over there and film off of it. The wind's blowing right toward me, so that'll just mess the sound up. But that's where a lot of people like to go. There's that parking lot right over there with the bathrooms. All right, we're going to head back down. We're going to find that trail and get started. Okay, we're coming back down from those signs now. There's old Rev over there in my RV. That's those steps that come up. We're going to take a left here, but if you were starting the trail from the parking lot, you can take a right. Looks like the trail's just going to wind around the mountain here. And what we'll do is, as we go, I'm not going to film the whole way like a lot of walking tours do. I'm just going to come and go on different sections that I find interesting, and we'll take it from there. So the Mountain Loop Trail is a red blaze trail. They have this little square blaze, got a little hiker on it with his hiking pole. As we come around the mountain, wind's going to pick up, so I'm not sure how that sound's going to do, but we'll just have to deal with it. Got a little wind sock on this lapel mic, but sometimes the wind's just too much for it. You can see the road down there. Cars leaving. See some people come all the way up here, got their kids out, walked around for about 10 minutes, got in and left. That's no way to enjoy a park. They could have took those kids out on these trails and had a nice hike today, maybe brought a picnic lunch with them. You miss out a lot if you just view the mountains from a car in a parking lot. So when you get to this point, you can see there's a Mountain Loop Trail sign there. That's the parking lot. Bathhouse is off in the distance there. We showed that earlier. And then the trail just goes around this new park. They built some steps, but it looks like everybody's choosing to go around them. So I'm trying out a new pair of hiking boots today. The Timberline Mount Madisons. There they are. I'm going to use them for a while and do a review on them later. I'll have a separate video on that. So far they're comfortable. Figured there'd be a little break-in time, but I'm pleased with them so far. I got them for I think $104. Those hiking boots are around $160. And the trail runners, a lot of thru hikers use, are around $150. So hope these work out. If they do, might buy me another pair. Have them ready for my Appalachian Trail thru hike when I get the chance, maybe next year or the year after. I watched a video before I came up here, and a fellow was videotaping the trail, and he was talking about Bigfoot sightings up here and this and that. I have to say, I've lived around this area my whole life, and I've never heard of a Bigfoot sighting in Morrow Mountain here, or any area around here. So maybe there's some stories about that, but I've never heard of them. I guess I could have Googled it and see if something popped up, but you know, if you're Bigfoot around these parts, the only way you're not going to be seen is if you've acquired the ability to go invisible. I have heard stories of the lizard man down in South Carolina, and the Lake Norman monster is kind of supposed to be like the Loch Ness monster. You know, people like to make up stories. I'll believe them when I see them. Until then, ghost, alien, Bigfoot, Loch Ness, lizard man, figments of your imagination. Bird flying off so easy on the winds this morning. There's that cabin again. We're looking back off toward Lake Tillery and off a little bit more over those mountains to the east. You keep going and you'll find the Atlantic Ocean. I don't think a lot of people realize that at one time, just on the other side of that, the Uroy Mountains, that was the ocean. The ocean came in that far. That's why you got a lot of sand in those areas now that are dry. And I think it's funny, you'll hear people, the seas are going to rise and we're all going to die. Well, I got news for them. It's been up a lot higher than what they're talking about. And there wasn't no man-made cause back then for it to rise. It was a normal cycle of the earth. I'm sure man and all creatures have an effect on the environment, but the overall pattern is happening whether we think we can change it or even stop it. So just remember that. One time, if you had land right on the other top, probably right on the other side of those mountains you see in the distance, you'd have beachfront property. You've been rocking. It's hard to believe, but yeah, Earth changing all the time. Just like the glaciers once came down all the way almost to North Carolina. I don't think they got into North Carolina, but they were close. Got a little bridge you can, you have to use it really. Cross over this little gully, it's washing out. A bridge up there too. Looks like the trail went higher at one time. Moved it down here maybe, or I don't know what the reason was. I see why there's another bridge now. The Mountain Loop Trail turns right here. You see the red blaze, goes back across that second bridge up to the parking lot. And this is where the Morrow Mountain Trail begins. It looks like the markers are going to be blue. Yeah, I see one off in the distance there. Windy on this side, so I'll pick it up around the corner. So the trail's dropping in elevation now. That's the road up there. And if you'd have cut back on the Mountain Loop Trail, you'd have popped up right where we started at my RV. Just passed some Boy Scouts. They were coming up from the visitor center. It's about a 3-mile hike, I think, but it's not a bad hike. This section here that I'm going down now is the steepest part. I've came up to this part before and hiked up that direction. It'll get you winded. Test your downhill knees and ankles too. You can see it goes for pretty good ways. Not too far. It's not bad at all. There's a look back where I met those Boy Scout troop. We're about halfway down now. You see it levels out down there. Right over there to the left, that's Sugarloaf Mountain. When we get to the bottom down here, we'll pick up that trail. That's a 2.5 mile trail. We'll go around. I think it goes over to the Bridle Trail parking lot and then over that mountain and kind of around and makes a loop back to this trail. There's one last look back up the mountain. Like I say, it's not too far. Of course, coming down is easy. I'll be hitting this the very last thing of the day when I get back, but as it takes this turn, it levels off. You'll do ups and downs, but nothing like you do at the end there. It's a nice, easy trail for the most part. There's a look back where that trail gets steeper. You can see some people coming down it now. Just climbs all the way up to Morrow Mountain in that direction. You can see the trail's fairly wide. Gets a lot of use. This is one of the busiest parks in the North Carolina park system. It's close to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a lot of people from that area and coming down from Winston-Salem area as well. Getting away from the top of the mountain now, and the wind's getting blocked again. It was blowing pretty hard at the top. And it's March. That's when it gets windy, changing from winter to spring. See some people coming with a big black dog off in the corner. So I'm gonna stop videotaping, but man, that dog looks like a bear. Maybe it's Bigfoot. So as you come up on this first intersection and you want to stay on the Morrow Mountain trail over to Sugarloaf, keep going straight across. If you turn left, I believe that's the short loop trail, showing red on the map here. Let's see what that says. Yeah, I don't know what the red circle trail is. There it is. Yeah, the long loop blaze. So we're staying on the triangles until we get to the orange diamonds on the Sugarloaf Trail. So I just passed another couple with a dog, and off to my left here comes some more. So yeah, it's around 11:30. This park's getting really busy, and it seems like it's mostly people with dogs. So I'm gonna cut this off again until I pass them. So you can see those people making that little climb. A couple with a dog there, and a group of 4. And I've been passing them one after another. So it's gonna be a busy day here. Like I said, around 11:30 on a Sunday. A lot of people decided to make their church the wilderness today, as I have. And if you're a religious person, you can definitely find God in the woods. And if you're not, you can find beauty or anything else you're looking for out here, I believe. You can definitely get winded and find yourself sweating at times, get a good workout. That's better than sitting on a bench any day, in my opinion. Just passed a couple of moms. They had backpacks where they could carry their kids on the back. And they were doing it. And there wasn't no little small babies. They were good size. Had them up there. Them kids was having a ball. It's great to get your kids out in nature like that. A little muddy through this little bottom section, so you gotta pick your line unless you want to get your shoes dirty. So far, these Timberland Mount Madison mid-cut are serving me well. Of course, we really hadn't been that far. Maybe maybe a mile. Not sure. We're not even to the Sugarloaf Trail yet. One of the kids must have dropped a glove. Somebody stuck it on this post for him. That was nice. And get on the way back. All right. Looks like we're at the Sugarloaf Morrow Mountain intersection. So there, you go right, that'll take you back down the Morrow Mountain Trail all the way to the visitor center. I got a sign here if you need to look at that again. There's a sign telling you to turn left the way I came. There's the orange diamonds of the Sugarloaf Mountain. So I know we got 2.5 miles back to this point. And then whatever, probably a mile there, maybe, I'm not sure. And a mile back up. So that'll be a pretty good hike for today. Water bottle. We're making some noise. Got one more. I have a feeling I should have brought 3. We'll see. Doesn't matter now, does it? It is what it is. So from that intersection we just came from, it's just a short walk up here to the road where the trail crosses. A little muddy right there. Let me go around this way. This is the road you drive up to go up the top of Morrow Mountain. And the trail crosses here. I'll go ahead and cross it, but I could just walk down the road that way and it shoots back in there, but we'll walk it. I'll show you the parking lot if you want to come in and park at this access point. I'll show you where that's at. It's where the bridle trail, where people bring in their horses for the bridle trail too. But the bridle trail is closed today. I'm not sure why. Maybe because of it's been raining so much. Maybe the trail's just messed the trail up, being muddy and all. Anyway, we'll walk that, and it's just a little short section on the other side of the road here. Then we'll make our climb up to Sugarloaf. They got a little pond here in this little section. I guess it's a pond. It may be just flooded because of all the rain we've been getting. Here comes some more people though. So I'm gonna turn this off till they get by. There's a look back at that little pond. I don't think it's just a pool of water. I don't see no creek or nothing running into it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a spring there or something. I don't know. Don't look like no beavers did anything. A lot of tree fall all over. Still on the trail over to the parking lot. It's a little bit further than I thought it was going to be. But you'll have these little creek crossings along these trails. Just wanted to show you this one. There's always a way to get across usually, unless the water was high maybe. Time to start doing some climbing. That little section there was nice and level. So that knocked off a little bit of mileage. So I don't think it's going to be level all the way for sure. I don't think Sugarloaf is the highest. I think Morrow Mountain is the highest, but they're probably pretty close. You saw them when we looked at it from the top. I'm not sure if there'll be any views up there. Trees are starting to fill out, but it's still the end of winter here. I don't know. We're right here at spring, so it may have started filling out just a bit. We'll see. Hiking along the road now. I see cars going in. That's the main road in right there. And I just saw a camper leave. There's a campground down there. 3-loop campground. It's real nice. I've stayed there before. Down by the river, they rent you canoes. You can fish down there. Crossing back over this little creek again. They built a bridge for this section. It's a little deeper right here, so that makes it easier to cross. Yep, you go down that way. That's where we crossed down there. We've looped back now. We'll climb this little section here. I can see the road off to the left, so we'll climb over this hill and cross the road again and head up Sugarloaf. There's the intersection. If you turn left, you go down to the campground, to the swimming pool, to the lake. Take a right. That road goes up to Morrow Mountain, where we started. Where'd he go? There's a big black snake. Oh. See if I can get over. He's getting away so we can't see him. He's on the other side of this log. He's starting to spring out. There he is. Look at him. Beautiful. You see him? Right there. See if I can get him to move. It's a good size. Alright, we're not going to bother you. Have a good day there, Mr. Snake. All right, a little bit of wildlife, reptile life. That's my bottle you keep hearing. I'm gonna put that thing away. Making a racket. Some more signs of spring. These little water bugs, I think that's what they're called, just gliding back and forth on the water down there. I think you can see them shooting around. Yeah, it's getting a little warmer now. I had to shed off a layer. So I decided to take it off here and show you this. And there's the road right up there. I'm getting ready to cross. There's an example of that rock they used from the mountain. They used it to make this culvert that they put under the road look nicer. Did a good job there. All right, it's time to start climbing. Sugarloaf awaits. It says difficulty, strenuous. I see some people coming back down with some dogs, and they don't look too wore out. There's a look back at that family I just passed. Signs right there where they're at now. Grade up so far. Oop, not bad except for that stump I just about tripped over. It's gradual. We'll see how it goes. So I'm coming up on my first view. There's the river again. Behind that tree, that's Morrow Mountain right there. So yeah, that walk was easy, really. Can't believe we're near the top already. Could be a false summit here. We'll go over this piece here and see. Yeah, I think this is it. I think this is the top of Sugarloaf. There's Yadkin River to the left. When the Uwharrie and the Yadkin River meet, it turns into the Petey River. Goes down through Lake Tillery, all the way to the South Carolina coast. There's Mount Morrow again. That's where we started. That's where we'll end up here in a little while. We're gonna head back over that little hump there and down, I think. I think it's steeper if you come that way. We'll see. Wind's blowing pretty good, so we'll head on down. So we're crossing a little ridge now. Looks like we're going to still climb, so I don't think that was the top of Sugarloaf. I think that's it over there. This little ridge is going to cross, and then we're going to climb back up. So yeah, thought I was at the top and I wasn't. So we'll keep climbing. I thought we got to the top a little too fast. So I believe this is going to be Sugarloaf Summit. After this little climb here, we'll see you at the top. We're definitely at the top now. That wasn't too bad of a climb. Got some grasses up here. Looks like this might have been cleared off at one time or another. Got views all around, but I've read that people thought Sugarloaf had better views, but I don't think so. I think Morrow Mountain does. You know, and when everything leaves out, you're not going to have much of a view at all. There's a river down there. It is beautiful out through there. Little pines going up through here. Sort of smell good. It's hard to believe that these mountains were once 20,000 feet, and over thousands and thousands of years they've been whittled down by time and weather to what they are now. It's amazing how different it would have been all those years ago. We're here in just a blip of time. Our lives, each of us, maybe 50 to 100 years. Humans as a whole haven't been here this long. That's why I think it's funny when we think we can control everything. I assure you, if we try to control the weather too much, it's going to be whack-a-mole. Whatever we do over here is going to have an effect over there. And it's always been that way. The Mayan back down South America down there, you know. One time that was a great civilization down there. They cut all their trees down and farmed, kind of like they're doing today. Cutting those jungles down again, and then the weather and the climate changed and it dried up, and if I'm not mistaken, that's what caused them to have to leave. Might happen to them again. We can't talk up here though. We've chopped down all these trees in America and planted farms all over the country. I'm sure that's had an effect on weather too. Some may say good, some may say bad. Back in the 70s, all the smart scientists were predicting a frozen planet. I remember that. That's why I'm skeptical today when I hear them say, oh, we're going to overheat. They didn't know then, they don't know now. There's not enough data for them to collect to say we're going to cause it to happen in so many years. I think whatever's going to happen is going to happen. That's just my opinion. I know you might have yours, and that's great too. I like to hear different opinions. All right, we're going down. I think if you want to come to Sugarloaf, I'd come the way I came. It looks like it's going to be a steep climb up coming from the visitor center side. I've noticed coming down the steep parts that my toe was, it was real steep like that, my toe will touch the end there. I bought them a half a size bigger, just in case they would do that. And I laced them up and tapped my toe on the floor to see if they would touch the end, and they didn't. So I probably need to lace them a little different now. I mean, it's a lot of downhills. You're going to get that slide up toward the front, but You want to prevent it as much as possible if you're doing a long through hike, because you end up getting a black toenail from it. So far, I'm impressed with these boots. They're comfortable. They're not hot. I thought they'd be hot because they're waterproof. They're not hot right now. I'm wearing a pair of wool socks too. We'll see how they do over the next few months. Give a good review at that time. Got a tree crossing. The tree's been down a while. You see where it fell off? It was a part of that tree right there. I had a feeling that was going to go next. Yeah. Trail maintenance. I'll come up here and chop this with a chainsaw at one time. Sometime or another, I imagine. It's just a good obstacle. Stretch those muscles. Walking on an angle here. It's not just a flat trail. There's a look up Sugarloaf from this side. A lot of grasses on this slope here. It's really opened up. A bit of water running down the mountain slope here. Just passed another family of 2 small kids. Hey, they're doing it. Look at them small little legs they climbing these mountains. Get your kids out here, they can do it. They were having fun too. You're gonna get a little test there at the end, but shoot, those kids will be fine. The parents will be the ones breathing hard, I'm sure. Yeah, I feel bad for kids. Parents don't never take them nowhere. Don't bring them out on hikes like this. When I was growing up, my parents always took us on vacations every year. Myrtle Beach, when it was smaller. It's not like it is today, all touristed out. Tweet's Railroad, Ghost Town in the Sky. Land of Oz up in Beach Mountain. It's not there anymore. The park's there, but you know, it closed not too long after it opened. Yeah, a lot of kids, especially who live in the city, maybe even ones living in the urban areas in the country, sometimes the parents just don't do nothing with them. Just pass off the video games or the TV or a phone, try to pacify them so they won't have to deal with them. I mean, kids are a blessing for you. You should enjoy the kids. Ooh, I found a blessing on my ass. Yeah, they grow up fast, and taking them out here like this is gonna help them be healthy and have a respect for nature. Poor dear was slick. I better stop filming until I get down this. Y'all might, I don't know, y'all might want me to fall, and I can laugh your ass off at that probably. I would. Down there in the distance, you can see some people walking. That's the intersection of Sugarloaf Trail and Morrow Mountain Trail. And those people are heading back down from Morrow Mountain probably, going back to the parking lot visitor center. Got their kids with them too, dog. Yeah, back to talking about kids. When I was still working at the Charlotte Fire Department, I'd roll up on the scene 4:30 in the morning, parking lot, somebody to fight, cut, whatever, sometimes shot. Parents would be sitting out there drinking, smoking, drunk off their ass. Kid, 4 years old, riding around his tricycle in the parking lot. Ain't nothing's going on. It's just his normal life. Always felt bad for them kids. I asked a kid one day, he was about 7 or 8, School was starting to start back. I said, "You ready for school?" He said, yeah, I'm ready. I said, "What's your favorite thing about school?" He said, "Getting breakfast in the morning." Parents never fed him breakfast through the summer. I don't know what to think of people. There's no reason for that. They got money for beer and cigarettes. You can buy something for breakfast. They want everybody to take care of their kids now. They want everybody else to give them money to take care of their own kids. Makes no sense to me. When I was younger, we didn't have a lot of money, but we always got took care of. We had a garden. Daddy worked hard. Mama worked hard. We did what needed to be done. That's what people need to do today. Some kids don't never get a chance at their normal life anymore. It seems like drugs, alcohol. It's a shame, really. Anyway, coming up on this intersection, we'll take a right, head back up to Morrow Mountain. There's another look back up Sugarloaf. That's where we just came from. As you're headed back to Morrow Mountain, there's going to be an intersection here. If you go left, that's a backpack trail right there. It'll take you to a primitive camping site. And I'm sure you got to get a permit for it, but there's a little map here. They got them at all the intersections. They've done real good about that. And they got it blazed real good so you don't make that turn. You can see the white circle on that tree. And then the triangle for Morrow Mountain. And this diamond, I guess, for Sugarloaf orange. So this is the trail coming up from the parking lot area. This is kind of hike you get. You can see it's gradual, slowly starting to get steep as we get closer. But like I was saying, it's not too bad until you get right there at Morrow Mountain. I just wanted to show you that. We're gonna be coming up on the intersection again of Sugarloaf and Morrow Mountain Trail. When you turn right there, that's when you'll start your main climb up to Morrow Mountain parking lot. Okay, we're back where we started now at the Sugarloaf Mountain Trail. That was a 2.8 loop. I consider it strenuous. It has some steep parts, but for me it wasn't that bad. I mean, just typical up and downs with a few steep parts in it that could get you winded. We're gonna head back up now to the Morrow Mountain. We'll test that little steep part. I definitely was going to get you winded. There was probably a few sections on the Sugarloaf like that, depending on which direction you came. That's the way I came right there. So I think for the total, what we got? 2.8. I'm going to say this is a mile down right here. It's 2.6 all the way to the visitor center. So we'll round this day out at what? 4.8 miles. Not bad. We started sometime in the morning around 11, I think. I don't know what time it is now. Not too late in the afternoon, I imagine. I think we made a pretty good time. I've seen people of all ages out here. A couple that's ahead of me now. Probably around my age, I guess. Maybe older. I'm not sure. I've seen some older, some younger. So anybody can do it. If you're tired on them steep sections, just take small steps and plow on ahead. You'll get there. All right, there's the trail right there. I'll come around this little horseshoe here, go through the gully, start making that climb all the way up that back of that mountain there, all the way up to Morrow Mountain. I'll film a little bit here. As I get tired, stop breathing harder, I'll film a little bit more. I'll just keep looking at the ground, digging in. It'll get to the top. About a quarter way up now. Starting to catch up with that couple that was ahead of me. And there's another couple coming down. Be slow going. About halfway up a steep part now. There's a couple up ahead. Once they make that turn it gradually, the grade gets better. That's the road up there at the top. Just kind of walking on the edge of it. Alright, I'm at the top now. I made that turn. That's your grade right there. Yeah, just take small steps if you need to. You won't have to stop. That's what I did. You can see the road's right there. Won't be long. Get back to my RV, which I refer to as my mobile hotel room. I love that RV. I take it everywhere. Got everything I need in it. I can park it in any parking space. Got a kitchen, shower, bathroom, couch, dinette, and a bed that comes down from the ceiling. The thing's awesome. A Dynamex Rev 2017. Bought it from a girl that had 5,000 miles on it. Got a good deal. It's been a good one so far. One day I'll make a video on that. Right now, gotta slow my breathing down. Make this last a little bit to the top. Here I am on the upper bridge that we saw earlier when we did the little loop trail. Almost to the top now. Getting closer to the road as we gain in elevation. All right, we're back. There's the hotel room. Oh, red. So yeah, it was a great walk. About 5 miles. There's the lake again. Hope you enjoyed this walk with me today. Come up to Morrow Mountain. Check this overlook out. Go down by the pool in the summer. Down by the river. Fish. Paddle, canoe. Bring your horses and ride. Another great North Carolina park. Y'all take care.